Hey, yo, what's poppin', gang? All right, man. So we are back on this Dodie 6 topic again, man. And this is honestly getting to be one of the craziest cautionary tales, in my opinion. Like, if we look back at, and I'm not comparing the two, right? Like, these are definitely not the same, but they're just two different stories of cautionary tales. I feel like John Morant was a cautionary tale for um, younger generations. And I think this Dodie Six situation is a cautionary tale. One is for, people coming up that want to play basketball and want to be star athletes and just kind of how to conduct yourself. And this is another cautionary tale for artists that are coming up that want to be in the spotlight and how they should act accordingly. This is getting crazier and crazier and crazier. So if y'all are not really familiar with this whole Dodie Six situation, I did drop a video on it. Um, Dodie Six came out a couple of days ago, which was actually kind of alarming to see. Like, everybody that saw it was super shocked by it because of the connection to Kendrick Lamar. So if y'all are unfamiliar with what happened, I'll kind of briefly break it down for y'all. Dodie Six reached out to Adam 22, and it looks like it's via text messages. He reached out to Adam 22, and basically, I'll read it to y'all. Post that ish now. Why you not answering, bro? I'm busy. Whole day booked up. Let me know what you got to say. I'm saying on the news at 12. He said, post that I'm on substances, right? Math with an E, right? Post that I'm on substances. He says, I don't care. I don't give a F. He said, post Dodie is on substances. Math with an E. I'm saying that for YouTube. And say K dot is a B. Which was the craziest part of this whole thing. Like I said before, man, there has been a solidified stance on the West Coast where we haven't really seen anybody deviate from that. And this is the first time that we've seen somebody kind of deviate from that. And I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is a play. Well, honestly, I do kind of believe that it is a play. But basically, what's coming out now is through an interview on No Jumper from a guy named Lush, which we'll get into a little bit later. It's coming out now that he is possibly lying or possibly not telling the truth about none of this. Now, y'all know yesterday when we did this video, we showed him a lot of patience, right? Like, we really showed him some patience, and I brought up some of the comments, at least one of the comments that I thought was kind of cool, that talked about kind of how we handled the subject, because everybody was telling me, bro just lost his kid. He's homeless. He's on substances, right? So somebody said, man, I love your intelligent and humble style of commentary. You never forget that these artists are humans with the same flaws as the rest of us. It's nice to hear a sensible voice on any topic these days. So as y'all can see, if y'all even go back and listen to it, I was just like, bro, I don't want to put no salt on this man. I don't want to pour nothing extra on his wounds. If he's going through something, I really understand that people tend to go through things and they handle situations differently. Now, with all that said, I do believe that this is a situation that could have been handled a lot differently, even if he was going through something like that, right? So it's coming out now that it's a possibility that he is not on any sort of substances. Well, at least not this. At least not math with an E, right? He's not on that, and he's not actually without a home. Now, you might ask, why would I decide to put that sort of information out there about myself? Why would I want to make it seem like I'm hurting because of what somebody else didn't do for me. And then when you look at what he actually did, bro, he invited you to be on the biggest album of 2024. Not alone the biggest album of 2024, but one of the top 5 songs on that album in Hey Now. I'm telling you, bro, a lot of people said this in my comments. You can only lead the horse to the water. You cannot make him drink. And that's why I really think that this is a cautionary tale on how not to handle business. So I was going to do a video yesterday. I was also going to do a video yesterday because there was some information that came out that he was actually supposed to be receiving royalties from the song Hey Now. And somehow it came out that he's just unaware of how to get those royalties, which made me think too, even if that was true, that's why I call it a cautionary tale, because even if that's true, y'all artists that are coming up now, hoopers that are coming up now, y'all got to act accordingly. Y'all have to do the research. Y'all have to take the time to understand your craft. If you're a rapper, if you're an artist, you got to understand the business side of things too. Like, you can't just get in the booth, record songs, and expect to get paid in what? Brown paper bag money? Like, there's a process to these things. Now, apparently, I'm not sure, based on the number of streams of the song Hey Now, I think they quoted the number around $5 to $6 million of what that record has generated through streams, which he's supposed to get about 5% of that. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but he's supposed to get like 5% of that, which would end up being around $100,000. Now, $100K to me is a lot of money, bro. $100K to a lot of people is a lot of money. So if that money is sitting out there waiting for you to grab onto it, waiting for you to get it, if you don't know how to get it, that's a problem. That's a major problem. If you got this money sitting over here, yo, you're supposed to get this, but you just unaware of how to get it, that's a problem. But even that is probably not even true. So in this interview, the No Jumper interview, which I'm not going to play, right? I'm not going to play. I did want to find the portion in the video where they discuss this. But apparently this guy over here, Lush, right? This guy in the pink sweater, Lush, actually had a conversation with Dodie Six's dad, his father. And from what I gather, the father is refuting all of this nonsense about him being on substances, math with an E. He's refuting him being on substances and also refuting the fact that he is without a home. Now, I know families go through things, right? So it's not to say, I think I'm fortunate enough to say, if I never be without a home, I got family that would definitely take care of me, but I know that everyone is not in that situation, right? So I don't want to put that on them and on their situation to say, bro, you always got a home with your pops, because that might not be the situation. But apparently it seems like the dad, his father, Dodie Six's father, is actually his manager and handles the finances and things like that, which is kind of smart in a sense. When you're dealing with somebody younger who may not just may not know how to conduct themselves and may not know how to handle things accordingly, I would love to leave it to somebody who knows how to handle the business, especially if I'm outwardly saying I don't know how to handle the business. Now, that could also mean something else, though, where now Dodie Six is like, I don't want to have to go through my dad to get no money, which is kind of odd, especially if there's no issue there. If there's no issue there, bro, hit your pops up and figure out how to get that money that's yours. But maybe he don't even want to give it to you. Like maybe he don't want to give it to you. Maybe he know what you're gonna do with it. Now they also alluded to the fact that there's another type of substance that he might be using, but it isn't that one. And it's the same one that Kanye is using. So I don't know if that's true either. Like I said, I'm not putting nothing out there. I'm not putting nothing out there because I don't know none of these people. I don't know what he's going through or what he's actually doing. But these are just things. And a part of this lets me know, right? Like, I think this is a play. I'm going to just be honest with you. I think it's all content. I think it's a play. I think at the detriment of the relationship between Dodie Six and Kendrick, because he's supposed to get this money from these streams, that is not done yet. That's just the streams that it's gained as of this point. I'm sure you continue to get royalties down the line. You've completely just screwed up any opportunity that you could have had for future relationship, which is absolutely bonkers to me that anybody would do that. Absolutely bonkers. But I think that this is the play, right? Maybe I don't want to go through it the right way and get the money the right way and go through my pops to get the money, or he's not going to give me any money because he know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to cause a distraction. I'm going to create content, and I'm going to create content with a completely divisive and vile platform because it's going to get clicks. It's going to get spins. People are going to watch it. People are going to talk about it. Now, that type of return is not going to be anywhere near the type of return you would see from the feature on Hey Now with, like I said, 5 to 6 million views. I believe streams is what they're saying. I believe that was quoted in this, so correct me if I'm wrong. But he's supposed to get 5%, which would look like something like $100,000. So I'm not sure how you think you would make that kind of money with this platform. I don't understand. But again, I think it's really just, it's such a cautionary tale. And sometimes you have to have the person that makes that sacrifice, even if they don't know they're making a sacrifice, so everybody else can learn from it. So if you're watching this from afar and you're an artist and you get that opportunity to work with an artist like Kendrick Lamar, it doesn't have to be Kendrick Lamar, but if you get an opportunity to work with an artist like Kendrick Lamar, you should look to this Dodie Six situation and say, bro, I'm never going to bite the hand that feed me. I'm never going to smack the hand that feed me. I'm never going to spit in the face of the person that gave me an opportunity. An opportunity. How many opportunities like this? Not this. Let me get this off my screen. How many opportunities like this do you think are going to come your way in a lifetime? In a lifetime. And I truly believe this is where that crash out heritage comes from. Not him. I'm not saying Dodie Six is the originator of crash out heritage, but it's a narrative that it's okay to crash out and burn all bridges and all possibilities going forward. I'm here to tell you, at least from Crew's opinion, that is not the way, gang. That is not the way. And now it's not just him, but how many people do you think he's connected to say, hey, bro, don't do no business with bro, fam. He not good for the business. And that's what makes me think that maybe there is something actually going wrong, because I can't believe in my mind that somebody would be that ignorant to the facts. But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. I think that this is a cautionary tale, and I'm still sending prayers, love and energy to the homie Dodie Six, man, if he is actually experiencing something. Because like I said, this could all be fake, bro. This could be fake on Adam's end. This could be fake on No Jumper's end. None of this could be real. And we could be talking about a man who's actually going through something. So I don't ever want to be that guy. So still sending prayers up to him. And I hope that Kendrick maybe look at this and say, hey, bro, what's going on? But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. It's kind of a sad situation, because if it is true, I don't want him to be going through nothing like that. But if it ain't and you lied about it all, that's even crazier to me, in my opinion, gang. But like I said, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.